Hey guys, Courtney here with Southern Owls, and today we are making a winter rustic centerpiece using our 21-inch paint stick. We're going to start off by finding the middle of our paint stick and adding in our first pipe cleaner. We're going to be adding 5 pipe cleaners to this design. Welcome to my channel. If you're new here, my name's Courtney with Southern Owls. I'm so happy you're here. If you like this tutorial, please consider liking and subscribing. I would love to have you here. So we're adding in 5 pipe cleaners, and they're spaced out about 3.5 inches. We're going to add in a little bit of glue to them now. This is very similar to the base with the mesh is going to be very, very similar to my paint stick swags. So we are doing that same foundation, but we are going to turn this into a centerpiece. So this would be great on your dining room table, on a coffee table, those little tables that some people put behind the couch, an entryway, because they're nice and they're a good size, but they're not overwhelming. So just a nice little tablescape. So right now I'm just adding in some hot glue to our pipe cleaners and just making sure that they are going to stick to our piece of paint stick. I was about to say it is a piece of wood to our paint stick. These come in a 3-pack. I get them from Home Depot. I get that question asked. Okay, so here is what that's looking like. We're now going to add in our mesh. So for today, we are going to be using some leftover mesh that I had, and this is red and black. And then we are going to be using some red with some jute to really make it that nice rustic vibe. So I only had so many of these, so I'm going to show y'all how you can use your leftover scraps. So I only had 7 of these. I had enough of this, so we're going to use 7 of these and 3 of these. So for the first layer, it's going to be all the red and black, okay? So we're going to do that ruffle method where I like to naturally use that roll in the mesh, and we are going to flip it over about 1 inch or 2 on top of itself. We're going to find that middle, give it a pinch, and walk your fingers over to the other side, staying in the middle and making sure that you leave that to be flipped under as well on the other side. We're going to lay that right down into our first pipe cleaner, long ways, and give it a twist. Okay, and we're sticking with the black and red mesh all the way on the bottom. We're doing that same technique, a ruffle all the way. Now, we are still going to change directions though. So that one was up and down. This one's going to go side to side. We're just going to lay that right down into that pipe cleaner. And I always like to tuck the up and down pieces underneath the side to side pieces. And we are just going to keep on doing these ruffles and changing the directions as we go. Using the same 5 pieces, same mesh color, should I say, for all 5 pieces. I love doing these paint stick projects because it's really good just to, they're simple and they're easy. And if you have leftover mesh, this is a great way to use it because these paint sticks don't use a whole lot of product to get a beautiful end result. Okay, so this is the first layer. All the same color of mesh. Going in the different directions though still, just like before. Okay. So first layer down, not too shabby. Now we're going to go to the next section. So we have 3 of these, right? So we're going to start with this. We're going to do that same ruffle method where we fold over the mesh about an inch or 2, find the middle, give it a pinch, then we're going to go on the end and in the opposite direction. So this one was up and down. So the next one's going to go side to side. We're going to put that right in. Okay. Yay! Now we are going to do the next piece, the black and red. We're still going to do opposite direction as the first one. So the first one on the first layer was side to side. So this one's going to go up and down, and I'm going to tuck it underneath that red and burlap mesh, just so the mesh isn't competing with all of it. Okay, so now we're going to get the red and jute. Staying with that ruffle. Opposite direction now. Right into that pipe cleaner. Give it a twist. I'm going to tuck it. We're going to fluff it. And pull up those pipe cleaners because we're still going to be using these pipe cleaners for the next couple sections. Or steps. Next couple of steps. Okay, we're going to grab black and red. Do that ruffle. Opposite direction. So this one's going to go up and down. Twist it in. And we're going to tuck it. And now we're going to use that last piece of the red with the burlap. And we're going to do opposite directions. So this one's going to go side to side. I'll fluff it out. So it's pretty cool. So I only had 3 of those, but they really make a statement since we put them on top. But we still have that fun black and red mesh popping through also. So we are going to start off with a bow in the center. So I'm going to take that center pipe cleaner and snip it off. And we're going to make a really cute rustic bow. We're going to be using our burlap 2.5 inch snowflake. We have a little bit of this left before I have to open up another roll of the red and black plaid. And then we're going to be mimicking the same thing, but just in a smaller size with our 1.5 inch. Take all of our little pins out, and we're going to start. I'm probably have just enough of this, which is going to be perfect. So we'll do 6 inches for the tail, and we're going to do 5-inch loops. 5-inch loops with a 6-inch tail. So if you're doing it with a bow maker, 5-inch loops, 6-inch tails. If you're doing it by hand, you measure at the 6, give it a pinch, lay it underneath your thumb. Then you're going to measure 10 inches, and that's going to give you those 5-inch loops. And we're going to cut off that 6-inch tail. We're going to add in so that was our 2.5 inch ribbon. We're now going to use our 1.5 inch ribbon. Do a 6-inch tail, lay it right on top. And I'm going to do 4 of these at 9 inches, which on your bow maker is going to make them 4.5 inches. 4.5 inches, and we're going to do 4. Okay. 4 of those. 6-inch tail. if I'm not putting my scissors all the way to the end. And then we're just going to use this snowflake for the center loop. So a 6-inch tail, we do that racetrack loop around our thumb, and then another 6-inch tail. Super, super cute, rustic, winter vibe. I mean, this could still be Christmas as well, but I feel like this is a great transitional piece that could carry you through Christmas and winter, because it doesn't scream Santa or anything like that. So I'm just taking that cable tie and threading it through right where I was holding it. And now we're going to add that pipe cleaner underneath the cable tie. Get it nice and secure, and then cut off that extra cable tie because we don't need that little tail. We're going to lay our bow down on our table, and we're going to find all of those 6-inch tails. We're going to fold them in half and cut up at an angle, and that is going to give us, ooh, that's ugly, a nice, a nice dovetail. There we go. A nice dovetail. Oh my goodness. All right, fold in half, cut up at an angle. Like little, I need to clean these, I think. I'm like, I got little weird things on these scissors. Okay, fold in half, cut up at an angle, and just keep on doing that all the way around. Fold in half, cut up at an angle. We're just dovetailing all of them. If you don't like a dovetail, you can always do like a little angle cut. That would look pretty as well. Okay, once you get all of those dovetail, we are going to now add this bow, so cute, to the center of that paint stick. We're going to thread it right through the mesh on one side. Then we're going to do the exact same thing on the opposite side. Well, maybe. Sometimes you got to see where to guide the pipe cleaner, right? See where to thread it through all that mesh. Oh, don't let go of it. Okay, we're going to come in on the other side and do the same thing. Okay. Pull it not too tight. You still want it to sit on the mesh, but pull it down. I always like to use the pipe cleaner that's on, oh goodness, on the stick and kind of thread that underneath so our bow's not going to move around. We're going to twist, 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 cut off that extra, and then push down. And now we get to fluff out our bow and move those tails around, arch out everything, make everything really nice and pretty. I love it. So fun. So that's going to be the center of your tablescape. Okay, so now I am going to add in, I have these really fun magnolias that I'm going to add on right underneath, not underneath, but coming out of the bow. So we're going to take these pipe cleaners in the next section and snip them off, tuck them down because we are done with that next section that's right next to the bow. And we're going to dip our stems in some glue and then angle this right in underneath the bow. I am using my glue pot today. Makes it nice and easy for me. Move that out of the way just a little bit. We'll have to fluff our bow out, and we're going to hold that in place for just a second. Make sure everything is sticking to where we want it to go. I love these magnolias. I bought these magnolias a long time ago. If you watched my other tutorial, same story. I think they're from Craft Outlet, but I bought them a long time ago. So they might not have them anymore. They might not have them. Okay, we're dipping it in glue. Sticking it in there. Holding it in place for just a second, but I think that one actually stayed in there pretty good. All right, so we got these fun magnolias popping out of our bow. Love that. Now I'm going to put a little bit of our ribbon tails coming off the end. And you know what? I should use this, shouldn't I? We put this with this on top because I'm almost out of it. I'm like, you might as well use it, right? Okay, so we're going to do 12-inch tails. So we're doing the 2.5-inch plaid with the 1.5-inch snowflake. Oh yeah, perfecto. Love that. I love that. Okay, so now I don't feel bad about throwing that little piece away in the trash. See, it's great. We got to use all of our little scrap pieces. Okay. So we're going to dovetail the ends of our ribbon. Oh. Fold in half, cut up at an angle. Same thing with our red and black plaid. Also, everyone always asks where I get my scissors from. I'm obsessed with these, and they are from creekroad.net. Creekroad.net. So you can go and snag some of those and use my code AL10, and you'll get 10% off your order. 10% off, which is great. Okay, so we are going to just add these tails right into the corner, or the bottom. Should I say the bottom? It's not really the corner. The bottom of our design. Kind of spread these out a little bit, fan them just a little bit. And both of these are wired ribbon, so we can manipulate them around just a little bit. So I'm stacking the 2.5-inch on the bottom and then the 1.5-inch on the top, finding the middle, give it a pinch and V it down, and then just lay that right into those pipe cleaners on the end and give it a nice twist. We're going to fan out the ribbon. Okay, so we could stop here. This is cute. We could definitely stop here, right? We got our tails, our bows, our magnolias, but we're going to keep going. So I had a lot of scrap greenery from a different project. So I'm going to add in this scrap greenery all the way around. I'm also going to add in some flocked greenery. I have that, and then some eucalyptus. So we're just going to start adding in a little bit of this leftover greenery that I have into our piece to give it a little bit of a different look than the mesh look. So this is really fun and cool to do. And it just kind of elevates your piece a little bit more. So we're going to just snip off these pieces. This is from, where are these from? Joann's. I bought them last year on clearance. So we are just going to, these are a pusher. I'm going to push them up. And we're going to start hot gluing and sticking these down into our piece to kind of bring in that winter snow vibe. And like I said, you can skip this step, but I just think this is cool and another way to kind of elevate your project a little bit more and to incorporate some floral into your design. So I'm going to add 2 pieces right here on the side of our bow or tails. Then I'll add in 1 coming out from underneath. I love that already. We're going to do the same thing, mimic it on the other side. Ooh, this has a lot of flocking on it. Put 1 there. Oh, all the flocking. Put 1 in between the ribbon underneath. And we're going to put 1 on the opposite side. I'm making sure that I go underneath the ribbon so you stick it down in there so no one can see the stems, right? So we're just kind of building up our foundation a little bit. I do have another one of these that I'm going to kind of spread now throughout the piece. Pull all these up and trim. We're just going to kind of go like 1 here, 1 in the middle, and then 1 on the other side because we're going to have some more greenery to add in. So we're just kind of creating our base right now, creating our foundation, and spreading this really pretty flocked greenery throughout our piece. Making sure that it adheres to the mesh also because you want it to stick to something. I love it. I love it. I love it. Okay, we're going to do the same thing. 1, 2, 3. So 1 in the middle and then 1 on either side. Flocking makes it hard to push up. Oh my goodness. And I got like a red piece of mesh on that. There we go. Fabric mesh. Okay. And then 1 over here on that side. So now we are just, ooh, I love that, how it pops. We're just kind of building a little bit of a foundation. So I'm going to come in with some of this fun sparkly eucalyptus. We're not going to do it in these big bundles though. I am going to cut them down into individual pieces. I think this big guy is also from Joann's as well. We're just going to kind of start adding in some more texture. having this come in at a different angle. So we're not stacking it. You know, it'll come out at a different angle. So dipping that in our hot glue. Oop, that dripped. We're good. We're good. So I think I'm going to do 4 of these on each side. Love it. Well, that, I feel like that's too close to the stem to get good glue on it. But I'm kind of just angling them at a, you know, a little bit of a different angle than the first piece. Just so we get some different texture element. Oh, I think I want that one up and there. Let me cut off a few more. I love that, like, popping out, so it kind of makes it, you know, another texture element coming out of the swag. Oh, that's so pretty. Okay, I'm going to add, I think, one coming off of the end and the other end, so we'll need 2 more. Yep, I love that. So then that kind of just makes it all cohesive. Okay. We got some wintry. Okay, so now we're going to add in some of these little fun pieces that I had left over throughout. We're just going to dip those in and just kind of stick them here and there into the mesh all around, on the sides, on the top, on the bottom. Like, we got them, might as well use them, right? The leftover little scrap pieces. I got strings. I got strings over here. Anywhere where I think will be cute to kind of tuck in that little green. See, little green pops. Super cute. Kind of just bringing in that green throughout our piece. Pushing around the mesh, pulling it down if needed to put in that piece of greenery. I'm just placing it right in there. And like I said, if the greenery is too much for you, skip this step and you can just stay with just the base of what that is. But it's just giving you another idea on what you can do for a really pretty little side table piece or centerpiece on your table. That starts off with a good, inexpensive base. I also have some pine cones that I want to add in as well. And then I think we will be done with this piece. Thanks again for being here and liking and hitting that subscribe button if you haven't already. I truly appreciate all of my outlets. Also, guys, if you're new to my channel, I do have a website, theSouthernOwls.com. I do a weekly outlet newsletter, so you can sign up to be a part of that, and it just kind of tells you what's going on with Southern Owls, what kind of tutorials I'm going to be putting out for the week, if I'm hosting a class or going anywhere. It just kind of keeps you up to date on anything that is going on with my business. So I would love to have you over there. I also sell my items that I make. So if you love something that I have made on a tutorial and you want to purchase it, you can do that also over on my website. The website's theSouthernOwls.com. Okay, I think we are almost done with adding in some fun greenery around the base of the mesh. Kind of popping in, popping out. Oh my gosh, the glue. The glue. And we'll add in those pine cone elements. Cute. Cute. All right, let me refluff my bow a little bit since it's been manhandled. Fluff that out. Get that eucalyptus popping through. It's so cute. Love it. Okay, let's pop in a few of these pine cones. Here is what we're looking like so far. Love that. And then we got some pine cones that oh yeah. I pulled 6. I don't know if we're going to need all of them, but we will put one over here in the corner of the bow. I love that. I think we'll do that same thing on the opposite side. Poking out. Cute. I kind of think I might want to add, yes, right there on corner. We got, yes, I love that. A little more rustic coming out, and then we're going to grab another one and do the same thing on the other end. I love this eucalyptus popping through with our little snow floral. Our pine cones make that really feel nice and rustic. Really nice and rustic vibes. I have this other eucalyptus, but I think we're good. I think we are so good. And I wanted to use the more flocked eucalyptus on this project. I just thought it was really pretty. Okay, guys, that is it for this really cute tablescape. So this could go on your kitchen table, on a side table, your coffee table. Super, super cute, and just kind of gets you through that whole winter months. This could be for Christmas and all the way up into winter, which is almost here. It is almost officially winter, which is cuckoo cuckoo, which is cuckoo cuckoo, right? Oh yeah, that's pretty. I mean, you could even hang this. That's gorgeous too. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Let's get that off there. Okay, guys, I hope you enjoyed this rustic tablescape made on a paint stick. Also, I always like to dab. Let me do that while I have you all here. Dab a little bit of glue on that pipe cleaner where we laid the bow in, just so it doesn't scratch your or your client's table. It just acts as a little bit of a buffer for your table. Yay! It turned out so pretty. I love it. Let me know what y'all think, and please like and subscribe to my YouTube channel. I am so excited that you're here, and I get to teach y'all. I'm so excited. Thank y'all so much for being here, and I can't wait to craft with y'all again soon. Bye, everyone.